Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at Solana's weekly analysis, remember this is for edutainment only and not financial advice. Additionally, if you want to help out with the YouTube algorithm and also if you find value, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe when you at any time during this video. I would appreciate that very much, and it helps spread the simple analysis to especially newbies who need some additional easy to understand content. So with that, let's dive into the news first, and we'll take a look. By the way, this video was due yesterday, but I was quite busy yesterday, so I couldn't get it out to you. So here it is on Sunday. So in the news, in the last 7 days, I'll cover about a handful of news items here. Solana's, there was this article in AMB Crypto. They mentioned that Solana has far too many red flags for this particular executive. And basically, Justin Bonds is the executive that is pretty bearish on Solana. And his argument is basically, feel free to, I'll show you the, here's the title. So you can go to AMB Crypto and check it out yourself. But in summary, basically, he's just saying that Solana lacks originality, has too many outages, and also due to DDoS attacks. And also, it lacks, its proof of history is too easy to predict and attack and hack. So, you know, every blockchain has its strengths and weaknesses, and you're gonna find bears and you're gonna find bulls for each blockchain. It's just the way it is. You gotta take for yourself. You want to take a look at what are its strengths and what are its weaknesses, and whether you think its strengths will outweigh the value, will provide more value than its weaknesses. And that's basically it. For me, Solana is a fantastic blockchain. Sure, it has some weaknesses, but it comes with every blockchain. This next article is from AMB Crypto, and it's titled "Why OpenSea Solana Didn't Get Set Off the Fireworks They Were Expected to." And feel free to check this article out again. But basically, they're saying that Solana has already has a pretty good NFT ecosystem, and so when OpenSea expanded to cover Solana, also, not a lot of people shifted to OpenSea, and that's why I think it was more of sell the rumor. Buy the rumor and sell the news. Yeah. So that's basically what it was. On a more bullish news, billionaire Chamath. I'm not gonna even try his last name. Let me try it anyways. Palihapitiya. Dang, I butchered that. So sorry. Says Solana is part of a massive disruption for global payment industry. And if you don't know who Chamath is, he's a billionaire investor and pretty famous. And he's saying that because Solana is one of the fastest blockchain, and it has some weaknesses that we covered, but it's the rate of growth could disrupt traditional finance, and disrupting companies like Visa, MasterCard, who provide allow people to buy things. You can do that in the future with DeFi. So he's very bullish on Solana. Related to Solana is Stephen, STEPN. That's the what is it called? gosh, the word escapes me now. But anyways, that's the ticker. That's the ticker for um, I mean, the GMT is the ticker for Stefan. Anyways, it's grown tremendously, 34,000% in over a month, and this is mainly due to its move to earn token system, and it's built on top of blockchain. I mean, on top of Solana. And if you don't know what move to earn is, it's basically, this article does a pretty good job of describing it. Let me find the part for you, so you can see it. So this right here. What's pumping GMT? One major cue behind GMT's price rally comes from Stefan's recent earnings report. Notably, the project made a profit of over $26.8 million from royalty fees and the sales of its NFT sneakers in the first quarter of 2022. In detail, buying NFT sneakers enable users to play Stefan, which in turn allows them to earn in-game tokens called Green Satoshi token. I love some of these names in the cryptoverse. Later, traders can exchange their GST rewards for SOL or USDC coins. So yeah, if you got in on early on Solana, Stefan, good for you. 34,000%. It's a lot. There was something else I wanted to share about this, but I forgot what it was. This was it right here. Its massive uptrend appear primarily due to the hype around this decentralized finance project that rewards users in tokens for staying active. And it didn't say much about what it means to stay active. So I guess we're kind of here. For instance, if the price of GMT and its top rivals, including Genopets, Gene, and Dot Moves, or MOOV, exploded massively into 24 hours, just the time frame. Yeah, it doesn't really say what it means to. I'll dig into this, so when I next talk about this, I'll cover more about it. But it doesn't really cover what it means to stay active. I think maybe perhaps if they talk about staying active as in trading, but I don't know. I'll look into that further. Another article from AMB Crypto. They seem to like Solana a lot, just covering them at least. Solana's hype train is on the right track, but speed is, well, what they're saying is this. Here's the daily active wallet, a graph. And you notice that it's kind of choppy sideways mostly, and then in the recent trend, it's just dropped significantly. You see that right there? That big drop. That's a big drop. And that drop put it back to this low here, just right around end of January or so, or February, part of January or somewhere in February. So that's concerning. And this was a low here, here. So if it drops further below this, that's pretty bearish. But that's a big drop. But they said, and the other thing is Solana released the Phantom wallet on Android. So that helped it pumped a little bit before that major pump in the price. So give this a read. Here's the title again. And by speed, they don't mean like the speed of the network. Solana DeFi platform Hedge raises $3.7 million to offer interest-free loans. I just want to give you an idea about the growth in the system for DeFi. So that's a pretty decent investment, $3.7 million. So to help with the DeFi ecosystem in Solana. And Hedge is the lending protocol that's built on top of Solana. So this is from Decrypt. If you want to read more about that, it's just I won't go into detail. Just want to give you an idea of what's growing and what's not. And then we're back in the chart. So let's take a look at the crypto market right now. Blood red, almost all over. We got BTC 39.7K, dominance around 41%. Ethereum just under $3,000, 19.27 is this dominance. Even Luna's down to 89.66. So yeah, overall, bloody day for crypto. Actually, let me close that out. Okay, so market cap for the cryptoverse, $1.84 trillion. That's a drop from yesterday, down 0.76, and this is where Solana's at right now. If you look at the different ranges, the 24, the 7, it's down for both, but it's still holding up barely for the 30-day and holding up more on the 60 and 90 days, where it's green here. Current market cap is roughly $33.4 billion, and it's just below XRP. XRP is 33 point, make it 34. It's roughly around $600 million difference, or just over half $1 billion difference. Terra Luna is at $31.3 billion. So this area here could flip in the near future. More likely, Terra is going to move up, and Terra could likely move up and take over number 7 in the near term and number 6 in the midterm. So let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Let me expand it so you can see. Last week's analysis predicted that SOL would chop between 100, which is right around where we are now. This line right here. We chop between 100 and the 50-day moving average, this pinkish reddish line here that's ascending, and that would be roughly around $112. It did do that. However, it did a little bit on the downtrend, on the down wick. It wicked a little bit further down, and it went as low as 95. It's hard to see on here. You're right there. It's currently at 99.89 when I prep this chart. With the third consecutive bearish weekly candle. The good news, though, is that if you look at the candle size, this one's 3 weeks ago, it was bigger bearish candle. Then it shrunk in size, about half the size, and then now it's even smaller. See that? So that's just showing us that the bearish momentum is dying. So that's good. It's stabilizing, but we'll see what happens with this candle. It's currently very, very thin. It's a doji type candle. SOL remains in the bearish territory because it is under the bull market support band, this gray ribbon here, and the bull market support band is currently between $120 and $116. 120 would be the top of the bull market support band, and 116 is right below that. And Solana's right under that ribbon. The Bollinger middle base is this brighter blue line here. It's under that, obviously, and that line's descending, so it's going to add pressure, and eventually they're going to meet somewhere over here. And that middle basis line is $120. So above the current candle. As far as the other major levels that we want to be concerned about, obviously the 105, it did break below the 105 support last week, and then now it broke below the 100 support just barely. Look at that, 99.38 cents, $99.38. So it's barely below that, and like the body is so tiny. It could flip either way. It could go back up or go down further. And we'll look at the indicator and see what's going on. Zoomed out a little bit, we want to keep paying attention to the descending triangle resistance here. and that's dropping. As you can see, Solana has been dropping right alongside it. Another critical level that we want to pay attention to is the before we go there, let's take a look at the megaform pattern here. I've had this on here for a couple weeks, and this megaform pattern just predicts that if it bounces off the top resistance here, it's going to drop down and could potentially land right where this $80 sweet spot buy entry is. So that's what the megaform predicts. But given that it's shrinking in body size on the candle, it'll take more pressure to get it down further. But the possibility is there with this megaform pattern. Additionally, we want to pay attention to the higher lows trend line here. Here's the where the previous low was, and this other low up here was higher. And so if Solana breaks below that line, which is roughly around $86.68, if it breaks below that, that's extremely bearish. Which is whether it's $80, just above the $80 sweet spot here. So that's another trend line we want to pay attention to. Let's take a look. Speaking of entry prices, let's take a look at some entry prices. Last week I mentioned, and the previous week I mentioned the FOMO price would be $100, and guess what? Solana hit it, dropping below $100. So if that was in place, again, not financial advice, it's for edutainment only. If you set a price, entry price for that, you now got an entry. But this week, being that it's dropped a little bit below, if you want to, I changed the entry price here. So $90 would be the new FOMO level with an adjusted 30%. The $80 would be a sweet spot of 40%. The $60 would be 30%. So that should cover 100% there. But yeah, not surprised that Solana hit 100 on the entry there. So that's where we are. Let's take a look at the volume here. At the current price level of just around $99, the volume for that zone, it's slightly average to just below average. Here's the high here. You can see the high would be around $30. We had extreme volume in that price level, but here at $99, it's kind of like average. I mean, if you look at this is high. Maybe average would be here. I don't know. It's kind of like average to below average, right around this price target. As far as the daily volume, continued diminishing daily volume here. It's way below the moving average. And if you don't count this week right here on March the 28th, if we don't count that week, it's been under the moving average for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other weeks. So let's 90% of the time, in the 9 out of 10 weeks, it's been under the moving average. That's very low volume. So let's take a look at the indicators. Down below, we have the KDJ. The white J line continues to dive down and is almost touching the blue K and the red D lines here. And the white line is registering at 46. And 46 is pretty much right about the middle area. The start of the top range is 80. The start of the bottom range is 20. So it's right in the middle and diving. So I gave that a bear. For the white MACD line down here, it's continues to trend somewhat sideways under the red signal line here, registering at negative 8.76. And it's printing the 20th bearish histogram bar. 20th. That's nuts. That's crazy. Pretty much, yeah, it's, yeah. Anyways, it's got a bear. Down below, RSI, which is red, and the white. No, this is not MOM. This should be CVD. Here we go. The RSI and CVD, which is blue, They continue to trend down slightly. The red RSI is at 45, which is just below the 50 middle mark for the RSI range. And that got a bear. It's more like a bear and a crab, but considering if you look at the multiple week trend, it's still down. That's why I kept it at bear. The Aqua CVD line dropped to 4.683 million. And if same situation, it's more crapping currently with a slight downtrend. But if you look at multi-week, it's trending down. The white momentum indicator flipping back up. However, that momentum, build-up momentum, it's really a bearish momentum. So I gave that a bear. So momentum can move both ways. It can be bearish or bullish. And currently it's bearish momentum. So 3 bears down here. We got a bear up here with the KDJ. We got a bear down here with MACD. We got 3 bears down here. That's 5 bears on the indicators, and also descending bearish candles and all this pattern. Basically, in my summary for this chart would be, if SOL remains under $100, which is it's at 99 right now. Under the $100 resistance, there's about 55% chance that it will remain under. It's likely to range between that and the $90 support, which is the FOMO, the new FOMO entry price. And if it climbs back up above, which is, I give it about 45%, it'll range towards the 50-day moving average, which is about $113, because that's active pretty strong resistance here. Resistance here and here. So. And also here, because it wicked all the way up but dropped back down. So that's a very strong resistance. So that's what I think is going to happen. I gave this chart a crab and a bear. A crab meaning that it's going to chop, and a bear because it's got bearish tendency, bearish pressure with all these indicators. So let's take a look at the next chart, we have a zoomed in view of the heat map, and this will give you an idea of like where it's currently at. Here's a sell wall on top at $100. We got, but look how it changed over time. You see that? That's a spoof sell wall, and you can see down here we got a pretty decent size buy wall down here. That's also looks like a spoof buy wall, providing support, strong support down here, keeping price from dropping below $99, $99.98 here when I snapshot this. So you see how it changes? It moves down and then increase. That's also part of that wall. If not all of it, is probably a spoof wall. Down below here we have some other ones. I won't go through them because I just give you a visual of where resistance and supports are. Here's the map that I'll go through. This is a zoomed out view. We got, let's take a look at the major sell walls here at 120, 110. And down below we have major buy walls at 95 here, 90, 80. So, and the CVD here is the aggressive, it shows aggressive buys. And aggressive buys are at market price, not limit buys where they set a price and they wait for it to get filled. So it's more aggressive buys here, and you can see here that it's at its max on the meter on aggressiveness. This is the liquidation levels covering 20x to 100x high leverage positions. There's an excess of $71 million. So we take here's the current price. You take the excess. Here's the current price. So shorts are high leverage short position levels are here. You take the money from them. You minus the high leverage long position money here down here. You get this $71 million. Right now, a lot of these charts won't make a difference to influence how the price will move, because I don't think people are taking counter positions. The macro market is determining pretty much the price right now. And we're back to our chart. So with that, I appreciate your time. Sorry this is a day late, but life gets busy sometimes. But here it is for you. please smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe. So if you haven't, and share your thoughts below to help out the channel and also promote videos to other people. Appreciate it. I have Bitcoin coming up next. I'm not sure if I have time for that now, but certainly I'll do it by the end of the day. So I'll see you then. Peace.